This is considered a wetland. This is the second largest wetland in Trinidad. It's called Caroni Swamp. The first is Nariva Swamp. This is the largest mangrove ecosystem in Trinidad, Caroni Bird Sanctuary. It's approximately 40 square miles of marshy lands due to land depression. We are south of the northern range. Alright? The nutrients, some of the nutrients comes in to the Caroni Swamp from the northern range mountains, and that is where the streams and rivers on the hillside with the road together with water, and that substance that comes down will come all the way down to the Gulf of Paria and deposit, and that particular deposit or slush will come in these estuaries and deposit. That will be rich in animal matter, plant matter, detritus, and all these nutrients that the birds and the crustaceans need in here. Right? So the stuff that comes in from the mountain and it fills up the swamp. Caroni Swamp is approximately 40 square miles, that's about 8,000 hectares. The main vegetation in these wetland areas are mangroves. Now there are three different kinds of wetlands to be specific. There's bog, there's marsh, and there's swamp. This is the swamp wetland way in here. This swamp is influenced by the sea, so it's tidal. Alright, totally different from the river swamp where it's all fresh. This is a tidal swamp where you have salt water coming in here twice a day. Alright, and if just by looking at the straightness of this channel, one can tell that it was man-made. We have a lot of fresh water draining through the system as well. Alright, this mixture of salt and fresh creates a brackish water condition. So you have brackish water, you have fresh water and salt. So when the salt and fresh mix, you get brackish water. Now the salinity in the water will fluctuate due to seasonal factors. So when there's a lot more fresh water in here, the salt decreases. When there's none of that, the salt increases. So the animals and mammals, you see this today, they are few and unique to this area, and you probably see them similar condition existing. Other than the skull ibis, which is a national bird, there's over 180 different species of birds that live in Caroni Swamp. So there's also, now a topic I'm touching here now is what we have in these wetlands, right? So you have over 180 different species of birds. We have caimans, iguanas, we have, well, reptiles would be snakes, caimans, iguanas. We have mammals like silky anteater, crab-eating raccoons, mongoose, see them from time to time.
Are there manatees?
No manatees in here. Manatees would be in freshwater swamp. Alright? Crustacean. There's several different species of crabs that live in these wetlands. You have tree climbing crabs, you'll see them running on the roots. This is one of the main diets for the skull ibis. And you have the fiddler crab, the ones they get on the mud flats on the bank. Fiddler crab. Fiddler crabs on the mud flats. And tree climbing crabs on the trees. These are what the birds feed on, especially the skull ibis gets the red color by feeding on all those crabs in the swamp. So all these are importance of wetlands. You get food from it. Alright? Some other importance on wetlands are wetlands don't only store food for local and visiting species. This wetland, Caroni Swamp, acts as a big sponge. Alright? And when there's excessive amount of water or flooding, they would absorb 1 acre of wetland can absorb at least 360,000 gallons of water. And what they do as well, they release it afterwards, but they will purify it. Wetlands are well known for purifying water. They help with decreasing pollution, because in these areas you have a lot of industrial runoffs that comes into the swamp. All right, EMA did a study. These red mangroves are very important. They help with reducing pollution. If you look at the mangroves, and as you go along further down, you'll see the dense forest that the roots create. They become land builders by slowing down the heavy movement of surface water created mud banks. So they trap soil, they help with the pollution, and some of the mangroves have oysters on the roots. Oysters are well known for purifying water. All right, 300 liters a day an oyster could purify.
A single oyster.
Yeah. All right, or a branch oyster could purify 200 to 300 liters of water per day. Especially mangrove roots. One, let me touch on this point. They are very important for the nursery of the fish, because they come in here and they use the roots as nurseries to spawn, and then they feed on these small moss and small plants, and then when they go, the bigger fish feed on the smaller plants.
Right,
Swamp. It's a protected area.
Okay.
So you're not allowed to fish in the swamp.
Okay.
Yeah?
Now that's legally, but do we still have illegal fishing taking place in the swamp?
Yes, from time to time, I believe so, yes.
Point. So tourism is one, storage of water and flood control. Yes, Jeremiah? Food sources for us. Yes, it does provide food sources for us once managed properly. See? Right? Habitats for animals. What else? There's someone who asked me, I think Carissa. One of the questions Carissa asked is if you could drink the water in the swamp. You know why she asked that question? Because it looked black. Carissa, where are you? Carissa, why were you interested in finding out if we could drink the water in the swamp? Speak up, please. Mr. Nanan. So the organisms within the swamp have a role in purifying, which means cleansing the water that passes through here. All this dirty water runs off the land. oysters actually help to purify it. He said that one cluster of oysters can purify a couple hundred gallons or no, liters of water per day. 200, Brion, thank you. Our resident recorder and scientist, Brion Harper. Thank you, Brion. So when he lifted that root out and we saw that cluster that some of you thought looked so gross, those oysters are performing a very important function of removing some of the pollutants from the water.
That is the same oyster that you are purchasing. Yes, I know.
So they actually absorb the water and within the oyster they able to filter out.